I remember being 8 or 9 years old, me and my friends rushing off the bus, trying to get home from school right to our computers so we could hop on RuneScape. And I was thinking, man, those were good days. Those were the days. And I just want to get back to that. So I went ahead and I made an old school RuneScape account. And I thought to myself, let's see if I can relive some of that nostalgia from the past. Let's see if that glory was really there or if I was just a child and just really influential at the time. Let's find out. And I can tell you right now that I was pleasantly surprised of everything that happened just at the beginning of my journey on RuneScape, just starting out, how much joy I experienced. And today, we're gonna go over some of the things I experienced while playing RuneScape starting out. And if I sound excited, it's because I am excited. I'm excited to share old school RuneScape with the world and let people know what they're missing if they're not playing right now. Because man, I had a blast just coming back, just starting out, just getting into the world. I had a blast. And while a lot of games out there, especially in the MMORPG field, are trying to boast about all the latest, most visually pleasing graphics, or we're adding this new feature never been seen again in MMOs, or we're gonna make this feature that every other MMO is to try to make work, but just failed, and they ended up failing too. RuneScape does something a little different. It just gives you a well-rounded game. Old school RuneScape, it's not focused on being visually pleasing, although I like the visuals. I think the visuals look well. And one thing I wish I had 20 years ago when I used to play is RuneLite. RuneLite really adds a lot of plugins that really help. Like I have a texture plugin right now that makes all the textures look really better. If you look at the screen, these textures on the game, the shading and everything, it makes it look so much more better. And also there's a built-in quest helper plugin on RuneLite that just like, it pretty much tells you everything to do in the quest, all the items you need before you even start the quest. It's like, man, if I had this 20 years ago, I would have been killing it, man. So like right now, this has to be the best time to be playing old school RuneScape because you got so many resources at your disposal that just help you fly through the game way faster than you would have. Because I remember 20 years ago when we were playing, we actually had to read through all these notes, read through all the clues, figure everything out on our own, and it took us forever. But with these plugins nowadays, man, you can just figure out everything right there. So the information's at your fingertips. This is the way you should be playing old school RuneScape. While I don't want to talk too much about the plugins that they have on RuneLite or RuneLite itself, because this is a video about my experience starting out in old school RuneScape 20 years later, but I think RuneLite is a major part of this experience because we didn't have it a long time ago, and all the tools and information and everything they give us through RuneLite is just really good. And if you're gonna get back into old school RuneScape, be sure to download RuneLite because you can find whatever plugins you need, anything like that, just for about anything you need on the game. Now let's get back to talking about the actual gameplay of old school RuneScape. Okay, now when I first hopped in the game, I started out, you know, just a little grind. I did a little fishing because I remember I used to love fishing back in the day. I did a little woodcut, not that much, just a little bit, and then I stopped and thanked. One thing I failed to do when I was young, because I'm talking about when I used to play, I was 8 or 9 years old, is do quests. Okay, I never got into quests when I was young. I was too young to really understand and take that much time spending on it. But one thing I started doing this go around is I got really into all the quests. And I'll tell you, I haven't played a whole shit ton of MMORPGs, but I've played enough to know that old school RuneScape has some of the best designed quests I've played in an MMO or RPG period in a long time. Even with the way the graphics are in this game, which I'm not complaining about the graphics, I like them, but I know a lot of people nowadays are big into graphics. But even with the graphics in this game, these cutscenes I get when doing quests are intriguing. They intrigue me. They're interesting. Whereas most other MMORPGs, it feels like you're just running through the hoops, go fetch this, go collect 10 berries, go collect 10 logs, I don't know, go kill 56 goblins on the hill. In old school RuneScape, it doesn't really feel like that to me. And while some may disagree with the statement I'm about to make, I feel like every time I'm doing a quest, it feels unique. It feels like the quest has its own flavor. It has its own thing it's doing. It feels like each quest, even a minor quest, has its own little thought out plot or storyline to go with it. And I really enjoyed that aspect of it altogether. For instance, the quest you've been seeing on screen, these cutscenes, is a murder mystery quest. I can't remember the name of it. It might be called murder mystery. I'm not for sure. But I just found it randomly, not far from the starting zone of Lumbridge. And I just hopped on it and started doing it. And this quest it was interesting. It took me on a boat to its own little island area just for that quest, where I was running around trying to solve murder mystery puzzles to figure out who the killer was. And there's lots of intriguing events, and there's puzzles, and there's clues, and it's just something to really get you immersed in the game. And I didn't find that immersion, because I started playing World of Warcraft not too long ago. I got back in for the Wrath of the Lich King classic stuff, and because I got back in because when I was younger, I think 18, 19, or 16, 17, I don't remember. But when I was younger, I was playing Wrath of the Lich King. I used to love it. Well, I found myself trying to get back into Wrath of the Lich King. I didn't enjoy it. I got to stay at level 79. I think I'm pretty much like a couple bars away from level 80, but I quit. I stopped because I said, I'm not having fun. I'm not having fun no more. I don't want to play anymore. And I just stopped everything I was doing in World of Warcraft. But enough of me blabbering on about World of Warcraft. This is a video about old school RuneScape. So let's leave the past in the past and talk about what's going on now. What's going on with old school RuneScape. And I can tell you right now, I think this murder mystery quest is just a perfect quest to get you started in immersing yourself in the world of old school RuneScape. It was a blast. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the cutscenes. I enjoyed all of it. And this murder mystery quest is just one example of thousands of awesome things that's going on in the world of RuneScape. There's so many random events that happen just in my few days of playing so far. Since making this video, I've ran into all kinds of random events. I had one random event where I was just fishing. This cat showed up and took me to this island, and I had to like reverse cook, like uncook a fish on this little island where I was a slave, put him to sleep to escape. There's all kinds of cool events, all kinds of cool cutscenes that happen, just things to keep you entangled, enthralled in the game. And I just have to give it to old school RuneScape. You know, I understand that since when I was a kid, I'm sure they've added on to old school RuneScape a lot, but it still has that old nostalgic feeling to it, especially like someone like me who's returned to the game after 20 or some years of being away. This is a game that I can get into. It is a good game, man. And another thing I have to give out to old school RuneScape, and this thing is important, is the variety of landscapes. It gives me wonderful landscapes, man. Like just one quest alone, I could be going on several beautiful landscapes, like landscapes that filled with variety. Like, check out this scene, for example. I was doing a quest, okay, and in this quest I have to be going through, you know, a nice, like, kind of just normal, temperate, beautiful forest, flowers, all that good stuff. And then not too much longer later, I'm going through this crazy, like, magical blue crystallized place. And mind you, all these places I'm about to show you is me traveling for one quest. And I'm not saying this quest took me 5 hours to do. This is actually a pretty quick quest, but this one quest had me going all around this little island, little island away from the rest of the main world, and it took me to all kinds of places. Like this next scene, I'm traveling through some lava-ridden place. There's bats and spiders and stuff flying around. And mind you, I'm still on the same quest on one island that's giving me all these different beautiful detailed zones that just feel so natural. And crossing into these different zones it just comes together. It's a beautiful landscape. I really do enjoy it. And also keep in mind too, if you look at this scene, I'm still working on the same quest, okay? And I'm already in a whole new type of environment, a whole new type of landscape, and every little area, even going on one quest, take me around this little island, every area has its own simple quest to do there that will each have their own little timeline, their own little story to it that makes them feel so alive. Every area in the game makes itself feel special. You know, it all just feels special. But the next thing I want to bring up in playing old school RuneScape that I think probably is more important than any other is this game has the most helpful and friendly community I've came across in an online community in games in a long time. And what I mean is, in a lot of these mmorpgs, a lot of online games, these communities are toxic as hell, bro. I'm talking about toxic. But a lot of these players playing old school RuneScape, they're my age. They've been playing the game for 20 years now, 15 years now, things like that. But when all these, not all of them, but a good majority, a vast majority, they found out I was a new player coming back to the game, a straight noob. This is my first account started in years. I got on a member server. When all these high level people saw that a new player was coming to the game, and instead of being toxic, they all came to me. They started showering me with advice. They started giving me millions in gold. I think right now, I think I got 8 million worth of gold and another $1 million worth of equipment and supplies. That all these friendly players just came and started giving me just so I can get a head start and get caught up with the rest of them and enjoy my time starting out in the game. Like, it's crazy the amount of help these friendly players have given me just starting out the game. And never in my life did I think I'd be able to find another online community where most of the players weren't non-toxic assholes. But everybody that I came across so far and got to talk to, it's just been great. And even when I go up to random people and ask them, hey, where is this at? Where can I find this? They're just like, hey, just follow me. They stop what they're doing, take their time out to show me things or tell me things. And it's a lot of stuff that you won't find in other MMORPGs like World of Warcraft. I remember going to World of Warcraft, man, 98% people are toxic. They don't want to be social. They don't want to socialize. They want to be your friends. None of that. But the community is so alive, so thriving, so helpful. It has to be the absolute best community that I've come across in a very long time online. So if you're looking for somewhere where you can actually be part of a community, meet friendly people, make friends, and just like have a good time with other players, and these players are usually more of an older adult base, so they're a lot more friendly, a lot more, you know, mature. They're not going online saying stupid stuff and things like that, you know. And one crazy thing is I have yet to see some crazy political debate go off in the chat somewhere, so that was pretty nuts on its own. But speaking of friendly communities, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to Dr. Lucid X on Twitch. He rated me while I was streaming old school RuneScape, and him and his followers, his community, really gave me a big boost, really gave me a lot of help. And they were just, hey, if you need anything and I'm online, just hit me up, let me know. And man, that really got me excited to play the game even more. Yeah, but so far, that's about all I have to say about old school RuneScape and my journey starting out so far. And I'm excited to start making more videos on this channel about old school RuneScape if that's something I'll be interested in. If y'all enjoyed this video, man, please drop me a like, subscribe to my channel. I'd hope one day to become a fully monetized channel and maybe live my dream of being a gamer, full-time gamer, streamer, YouTuber, and all that. But you know, that's up to the community like y'all to help me live that dream, because you know, honestly, without y'all, this channel would be nuts. And Without the viewers, without y'all support, this channel will mean nothing. Because it's y'all that build this channel. And just remember, I have a Discord community. It's a community for us, for gamers to hang out, meet, talk, chat, play games together. So join my Discord community, become part of my community, or our community. It's our community, it's not my community. We got friendly admins, friendly people, great people. And I really believe now is the time to be jumping back into old school RuneScape. And if you have anything you want to add on to, any tips, anything that you found coming back to old school RuneScape, or any disagreements that you may have with what I'm saying in this video, just leave it in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know of any ideas or anything I can be doing in the game to really help me out, or help other people come into the game, stuff like that. Anyways, y'all have a great day, a great night, great morning, whatever time it is where y'all are at, and I'll catch you on the next one. Over and out.